Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing bell notification, like the channel, subscribe, and share for that education and information you need to fleece, heist, and shiest, the shysters, fleecers, and heisters that are out there manipulating the market. And you need a probability-based, industry-exclusive, company-made trading software and strategy that we use here at Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing. And it got me thinking as I seen this commercial scroll across the old television. And it was not what we used to see and used to imagine. And that's why blockchain and the Bitcoin and crypto could save hundreds of millions of people around the world, regardless of what continent you are on, hemisphere, west or east, north or south. Back what you used to remember is a starving Ethiopian or a starving child in a foreign desert far away on the other side of the ocean, and the commercial would have deep, dark, depressing, sad music with sad, starving, skinny, disease-infected children. And it said for just a simple 10 cents a day, $2.69 a month, $62.69 a year, you can save young Matumbo out here from starving to death and bring food out to him. And then I seen what really caught my attention the other day on TV. It was that same sad, depressed, dark, delirious, death, imminent music. Although this time, instead of it being a starving Ethiopian child out in a desert somewhere far, far along away, that child was an American child, and that American child was in an American city, and that American child in that American city that was starving in our own country in this commercial was here to try to get people to donate to help feed the starving American, not the starving Ethiopian desert person. But the American, the thing that I noticed is the American wasn't 10 cents a day. The American is $1 a day or $30 a month to feed. He's very expensive. But that just shows you the state of what's been going on and the state of the poverty and the deterioration and the systematic dismantling of the middle class that helped drive, build, and push the American Revolution forward with the prosperity that we had for about three quarters to a century. It was that middle class and the innovation that comes out of the middle class and the entrepreneurs that were there. But seeing that commercial should really set it home to you that just like this bear market has been depressing, just like this price is down, just like this price and the cryptos need somebody to support it. The Celsiuses of the world needed somebody to come support the starving Celsius with the debt, but nobody was there, and it crashed and then went bankrupt. But the XRP is only down 83.89% at its low, and it's down about 78% from its high at the current price, or slightly higher after we had this big pump. And then now you can see where we had an orange right there, the arrow. It has actually come down pretty close to that 37 cents that we said it could be. Remember, with that head and shoulders topping reversal pattern, that seems to be what did take place. Now we're on the moving average. So option one is you're going to get a little rally at least up to the 51 cents. And then if it takes the bearish option, it comes down to the 37 cents. A more bullish option would be you come up through the 51 cents and come up for at least a M topping reversal pattern or a mountain double top. And in that case, you would still end up just in a slightly separate fashion down here at 37 cents. And that's what we're looking at in the short term with the XRP price. And if we can hold some support here and take a bullish option, you could come all the way up to that 68 cents. But the price seems to be starting to get depressed after we called this rally here. It hit the technical target. Now it's starting to come back down because, as you do know, that target I had down here, I got deleted. But I got an 18 to 20 cent target that's been here since last year. And we thought it would hit by the end of 2022 because we made it in the fall of 2021. The price came down 87%, but came up just shy of that 18 to 20 cent target as we had a bear market bottom in 2022, at least at about 28 cents. So 8 cents shy of the 20 cents minimum that we thought it would hit. Right about in there. We almost got there, but I think this eventually, whether it hits the 68 cents or starts to top out here, I think you're eventually coming all the way down to that 18 to 20 cent mark. And then eventually, I think you may even come all the way down to the June or end of the year of 2023 targets of 2 cents. And that would be AKA the golden accumulation zone or the shit house. If we take a look at, we're not doing the shyster coins right now, a little bit of the Bitcoin price. We're just going to do a quick rundown. You can see we continue to get rejected off of the mean of the volume, the VP volume indicator. And I don't know why that's all moved out of whack. That's weird. It's the only one that is. So we're going to have to move that back here. But that's why we were talking about here that we were expecting at least an initial rejection coming off a major area of upper resistance, which is the VP volume indicator, which is the first time we've come to retest it since the great dump, the great flush, the great collapse, and the great liquidity crunch of 2022 that culminated in a two-pronged liquidity dump. One, and then the second one right after that really was the nail in the coffin to a lot of these over leveraged, more of a scam or a corrupt companies like Celsius's of the world, the Three Arrows Capitals of the world, the BlockFi's of the world, and the FTX's of the universe. And that really exposed on that last hammer right there, and it drained them out and flushed them, and they got caught with their pants down. But you came back up in a full lateral rounding bottom for the first time to come retest this major area. And as we know, when it comes from below to retest the VP volume indicator, it likes to act as resistance and get forced to the downside, right? And that's what it did. It hit this, straggled along like we were talking about. Now it's come down to the moving averages in the daily time frame down there, and we look for it to try to hold one of these three moving averages, either the long term in green, the 200, or the short term where it's at in red now, and try to trade back up and maybe come up into this rising channel that we're in and somehow sneak your way up and slither your way up to the $39,000 level. If not, if you broke this area and dipped through this 200-day moving average in the daily time frame, you would come all the way down to the blue trading zone and try to make at least a short-term double bottom somewhere in that blue trading range, right? So that's what we're looking at. Ethereum continues to come back down after getting a harsh rejection. After getting a harsh rejection off of the... Wow, that's really what that was. That was an air coming out of a can. That's going to be very annoying if you guys were hearing that while I was recording this. But this got rejected off this major area that we were talking about. And the reason we thought it would get rejected there is we had this circled back here from a long time ago. And that's why this bar was put up there, because it's kind of the mean just above this breakout area to get rejected. And then you would have to come to the VP volume indicator, and just like we were talking about in Bitcoin and XRP, this was below it, rejections multiple times, multiple times rejection before you finally broke above it. And then when you broke above it, you came up to that area that we just pointed out to, and you got harshly rejected. And now what you would look to do is hold this VP volume indicator, build the base, and then try to break that area as bullishness, or you're going to slip below it and start using it as resistance, and then you're going to form sort of a head and shoulders like that, just somewhere like XRP did, just in a longer time frame, and then you turn to the downside just like that, and you end up, before you know it, all the way back down towards that $1,000 or 22 low. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love.